and just...
Oh yeah, the dogs.
Yeah.
I want a new Alien vs. Predator game. I want a sequel to the one they made in 2010. Of course, one thing I learned playing that game though is humans suck.
I used to play the AVP games on PC before the console version, and
That's the one that people absolutely love. It's like, that's the only good Aliens game out here. People hated Alien vs. Predator.
I liked Aliens vs. Predator a lot more than I did the PC versions, because there was AVP and then there was AVP Gold, and I had both of them, and I played the crap out of those, and I mean, respectively, they're pretty much the same game. However, the 2010 version of AVP on the consoles and everything,
Nostalgia blinds. It's a good thing and a terrible thing at the same time.
I liked it. I thought it was great. I mean, yeah, there were some imperfections here and there, but...
To be expected from old games?
Yeah.
Like if you play Duke Nukem or Doom now, they're not going to be that great.
Doom will always have potential. I can't wait for Doom 4, though.
If they ever make it.
They're making it right now.
Are they? I haven't heard anything about it. People have been obsessing over Fallout 4 instead.
Yeah.
I don't really care for Fallout. I am not one of those people. I never want the big games. Like people
I
won't.
enjoy Fallout, but I'm definitely a lot more excited. Like Doom 4, I know that the developers are taking the necessary steps to make it a great game, because they had a lot of the work for Doom 4 done, but then they weren't happy with the product that they were churning out, so they scrapped the entire project and started fresh. It's like they had something workable, but then it didn't satisfy them, so they had the balls to scrap it and start fresh. Like,
they did the same thing with Prey 2, which is probably going to be a next-gen game at this point.
Yeah, but like any game company who's willing to scrap what they have and start fresh for the benefit of the game, like that right there shows that they actually care about the product they're churning out. Because they could have took what they did and just pumped that shit out and been like, buy our shit.
Ubisoft just did that with Rainbow Six Patriot.
But that's Ubisoft. They have their name on everything nowadays, so naturally they're pumping out everything they can.
Well, they don't create a game unless they... Oh, shit, behind you, and I'm down.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Run away. Oh, never mind, you got me. No, they don't create a series unless they can turn it into a franchise.
I just read the other day that they have established an end to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. So if they're not gonna Call of Duty it in a way. If people actually, I'm probably sure they are, because they said that they have an end and they will keep making Assassin's Creeds as long as people keep buying them, and people keep buying them. Assassin's Creed 3 kind of flopped, but Assassin's Creed 4 blew everyone away. In fact, it's sounding like they might just turn the pirate game into its own separate series. I don't even know what's going on in the story. The story's been pushed aside.
Yeah, I could tell that in Assassin's Creed 3.
Because they ended it in Assassin's Creed 3 Desmond story, and I saw that, and I don't even know what's going on anymore. Because now you're just some random ass dude from, I want to say Armacam, but that's definitely not it. Abstergo.
Yeah.
Their names are very similar.
The thing about it is they had a amazing story. Like, okay, Assassin's Creed 1 was, I'm without a doubt, I'd say Assassin's Creed 1 was, the best of the games. And then Assassin's Creed 2 built upon that quite nicely.
I wanted to do those too as Let's Plays, but I don't have Revelations.
Yeah, well, with, they had a really nice, like, I liked what they were doing with, the Borgias and the Pieces of Eden and all that, and it was working out into a really, really nice, well-done story. And then they started off with, I remember when I first started playing Assassin's Creed 3, when the game opened up with In 2012, the Mayans depicted the end of the world. I'm like, oh, fuck me.
That was always part of
have
the series.
Yeah, but
The
still,
people's
seeing
problem
it
with
was-
Assassin's Creed 3 was Connor wasn't that interesting of a character. Supposedly his father, on the other hand, is a lot better. Or not, his grandfather. He's apparently a much more interesting character and has more development. Connor's just like, I'm Indian.
I like Haytham a lot more than I liked Connor. But Haytham was a Templar.
I'm down. Yeah, you play as Haytham's father in Assassin's Creed 4.
What?
Yeah, that's the character you play as. You play as Connor's grandfather. The father of that one, the Templar. You played at the beginning of Assassin's Creed 3.
But you're an assassin in Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, he's a pirate that's joining, I think he... From what I saw, I haven't seen this... Oh, shit. I haven't seen the full story. I only seen the beginning twice. Because two different YouTubers. And the only thing I saw is that he's a pirate and his ship attacks a ship with an assassin. He kills the assassin, takes his clothes, and then, you know, gets sucked into it. And he's just trying to do it for fame, but then ultimately he gets sucked into this whole Assassin's Templar battle, I guess. I don't know. I have to watch it.
If I'm going about this correctly, you go from playing as an assassin, as Desmond's lineage,
That's still Desmond's
and you
lineage.
go from an assassin to a Templar to an assassin to the pre-assassin Templar who is Haytham and Haytham's grandfather? Or Haytham's father?
You're still in Desmond's family line. There's also Watch Dogs. That's supposed to be a fun game. I still would like a Prey 2.
I think Assassin's Creed is becoming Inception.
They just wanted to
An
do
assassin
pirates.
within a Templar within an assassin.
I'm not even sure if Assassin's Creed 4 explains that. Probably not, because they're going to try to keep it in the pirate timeline, most likely, for a while. They need to do Japan. People really want ninjas. Or samurai. I have yet to play Splinter Cell Blacklist. That game did okay.
Me now?
Oh shit. Bam.
I guess. Did you? Okay. It'll be about 10 minutes. Don't.
Should've saved that.
Okay, I'm back.
What does attack at home mean? Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum.
I'm down. I'm down. Okay. What are we doing right now?
Surviving.
Like just surviving? Okay.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Also, another game for recommendation when we get Xbox One Live. Its multiplayer looks pretty fun.
I didn't know really too much about that game. I mean, it looked cool for, you know, some part, but
It's a simple game. Its combat's pretty much like Batman. People just call it quick time events the game because everyone's riding the Let's Hate Microsoft bandwagon. That's probably why this whole fucking machinima thing blew out of proportion like it is.
machinima thing?
Oh, some fucking stupid. It's been leaked that Machinima, part of a sponsorship with Microsoft and promoting the Xbox One. You know, if some big YouTubers promoted the system by like 30 seconds of Xbox One and playing it and talking good about it, they would get like an extra $3 or something for every 1,000 views. And that leaked out, and people are all flipping their wig over it and saying that it's stupid. Even though like they're just like blown out of proportion. The whole thing that was wrong with it was that the YouTubers that did it didn't tell people. And they're all flipping out and saying, because they're just trying to keep it a secret, when really the contract was just worded poorly. And so, of course, people are stupid and blowing everything out of proportion. Because it was worded that that when they do it, they can't tell the amount, which is, you know how everything works. You can't tell how much the exact amount of money you make if you make any kind of sponsorship. That's what they meant by they can't tell anybody about it. And so what people are just flipping out, and probably a huge portion of it because everyone's still like anti-Microsoft right now. They're like, oh, they're getting illegal. They did something illegal because they kept it hidden. It's like, no, the contract was just poorly written, and that part of the contract leaked out, and people blew it out of proportion. They fixed it. Machinima came out and said, yep, that's our bad. We're gonna fix that. Microsoft was all like, well, we always do that. Every company does that. All we did is said they agreed to help us promote the Xbox One. I mean, who the fuck advertises a game with negative comments? Everyone does it. And then people are like, oh, they're doing illegal. Fuck you, Machinima. Fuck you, Microsoft. I really hate the gaming community today.
Is people are really quick to judge and go to conclusions without actually doing some research and figuring out what's what. Because anybody can say anything, and anybody can do anything.
They addressed it on Inside Gaming. They pointed out the same thing happened with EA at the same time, but everyone focused on Microsoft and Machinima. They described the contract, they clarified it, and they're like, yeah, and they said Machinima was investigating what wrong with the wording it, and then it won't happen. They told everyone that was involved to please go and edit your videos and tell people that this is sponsored by Microsoft Xbox One or something like that. They handled it, but people are still going, fuck you, Machinima, fuck you, Microsoft, blah, blah, blah. And half of it's just fanboys, because anti-Microsoft's going on right now because their DRM policies that they fucking reversed. They bent over for people. They bent over for people.
They reconfigured their entire system just to make their customers happy.
And people are not happy.
Which is what every company
I'm
should
down.
do.
Yes, people are right. They will bring it back because digital is the future and it's cheaper to do digital. It's just console gamers are not ready for it because they're still stubborn over it. Like you. You're kind of stubborn over digital shit. Of course, you've been getting in the PC and you're enjoying the shit out of Steam's cheap-ass games.
To a degree.
To a degree. There's still the bullshit involved with PC gaming, like all the technological problems and the 40,000 hoops you have to jump through.
I would much rather have a physical copy of a product that after I paid the amount of money that I owned it, it was mine to do with what I wish to do with.
You still do with digital, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I like digital. It's just, I don't like going to the store and talking to people, so I'll go do it.
Let's say, like, I bought a shitload of digital games, and then, let's say, like, a new gen console came out, like the Xbox One. Like, let's say I bought a whole shitload of digital games on Xbox 360. And then, you know, they say, oh, support will be for so long. What happens if they pull an original Xbox and shut down 360 Live?
They wouldn't shut down the games. They would keep the games, or they would try porting them, and because they're digital, they probably can port them better. Why don't do that?
There is no Xbox Live. Or
well, they would still keep the game system up. Like right now, Games for Windows Live is down. It's dead. They shut down Games for Windows Live. Every digital copy of Games for Windows Live no longer connects to it. Physical copies, even though it's shut down, still connect with it and still earn achievements. Yeah. I can no longer get achievements in Batman Arkham Asylum on the PC. Because
I was just playing Fable the other day.
Well, not all games have been converted yet. It will soon. Fable will be converted to Steam achievements, and you will not get Xbox achievements. If you want to continue getting Xbox achievements, you have to find a physical copy. But even though they shut down Games for Windows Live, all games Pretty sure all games you bought digitally through it should still be available to you. And all achievement... I'm not sure how they handle it. I don't know. You can't buy new games. The games you bought, you can still get. Physical copies still connect to Windows Live to earn achievements. But digital versions
There's a lot
through
of
Steam.
gray areas.
Yeah, there's a lot of gray areas.
And that's one of my main concerns with digital anything, is there are a lot of gray areas. And there are benefits, there are, negatives. But, I mean, the one thing that you can't really weigh on either side is that there are a lot of gray areas, and those gray areas can be either, game making or game breaking, depending on how they were done.
I know I'm
And
going
the only
digital
reason
next
why
gen.
I'm not so,
Oh,
crazy hunky-dory is, a lot of those gray areas.
your reason for it's the same reason a lot of people are. It's like, well, what if they shut down the servers? I won't have my games. It's like, I don't think they're that stupid. And if they ever get it to work correctly, they can just easily just port digital games like you do on Steam. Older games work better on Steam because they've been modified digitally to fit on Steam. Like the Kodar games, physically on the PC is a kind of a pain in the ass because you have to go and find the updates and all this shit. And then while Steam, it's automatically updated. Steam does it all for you. Microsoft and Sony are trying to push that. Microsoft was especially trying to push that, but there was too much change at once. And people flipped a wig and blew shit out of proportion, and Microsoft had some piss-poor marketing. I ran right into them. They had some piss-poor, PR. They did a terrible job explaining themselves. If anything, they were trying to fucking, just slowly release the information slowly over time, but people are very, very impatient, and as you said, judgmental. And the second they found something they hated, they latched onto it, and everyone's like, Sony's the best, fuck you, Microsoft. Well, that's still the same. That will forever be the same.
A big part of how I conduct myself, everybody does things differently, but, I try and get, you take the pieces of the whole, and you make the picture complete. I mean, you can't just take one piece of info and, make that your everything. You gotta go a little deeper and dig a little deeper. And yeah, it's not really your responsibility as a customer. It's, the responsibility of the people selling you the product to make you want to buy the product. However, it saves a lot of confusion. Just being upward and honest about, yada yada.
Yada yada yada. How many seconds do you have before you get up?
4.
I'm wrong, we survived onslaught.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know, my sole reason for getting the Xbox One was for its policies. Some of those policies are worth it though, I mean, especially for the game family share thing, which Steam is adding. So I'll be able to play some of your games if you allow me to.
Oh, yeah.
But that digital sharing was really cool. And
I did like that feature.
And I don't know, I was doing it solely for the games. It's all about the games. And Dead Rising 3, Halo 5, Fable 4, or now Fable Legends. Rise looked interesting, and Forza. Those were worth it for me. Sony so far has offered me nothing. And I know not a single person, well, I know you. You're the only PlayStation owner I know. And you have to regather your collection because you sold half of it. And stolen from me.
I didn't sell half of it. It was stolen.
How?
But yeah, the last Sony console that the only Sony consoles that I've ever owned were the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2, and that was it.
I mean, how many years has it been since the PlayStation 2?
Early 2000, like 99, 2000-ish, somewhere in that time frame.
Oh, the PlayStation. Yeah, it's been like at least 10 years since the PlayStation 2 has been out, and now it's been canceled.
Well, the biggest reasons of why I got a PlayStation 2, well, back in the day when I got a PlayStation, when I had my Sega Genesis and everything, I got it for Mortal Kombat and shit like that, and Mega Man. Mega Man was a big thing for me. And then the PlayStation 2, that was all about Ratchet and Clank, the Mortal Kombat games, Dot Hack series, Final Fantasy, like... I had a lot of important titles on PlayStation 2. I mean, none more so than Final Fantasy, Ratchet and Clank, and the Dot Hack games. Dot Hack games were amazing, as well as the Final Fantasy games. The dot hack games. I've been trying to get my collection back together of the dot hack games. I count 1 through 3, but the 4th one is the most impossible to get.
It's been years since PlayStation 2, and I finally found a game I would want to get one for, and that's really the Silent Hill games.
Yeah.
Silent Hill Origins and 3. Wow, I would get Silent Hill 2 and 4 for the original Xbox. I don't know. I've yet to find a series worth it. And I know no one to try any of their games. Uncharted looks interesting, but I don't think it's worth the system. Last of Us did extremely well, but it doesn't look interesting enough for the system. And all my friends, which is pretty much narrowed down to you at this point, because you're the only gamer out in an entire friend group, are on Xbox, and I like the Xbox controller. I just like Microsoft in general. They haven't done shit to burn me other than, actually I can't think of anything right now off the top of my head. They probably did something that pissed me off, but not enough for me to stop getting their systems. I just like the Xbox. It's like a second Dreamcast. And so of course I'm gonna get all my games. I just don't like the Sony controller. That's the biggest turnoff, is I don't like it. And also, I'm not a big fan of anime or Japanese RPGs, and Sony offers a shit ton of that.
And let me put this in perspective for you. You know how big of an anime freak I am.
Oh yeah.
And yet I still don't have a new generation PlayStation. Like, see, the whole thing about console superiority that doesn't really make any sense to me is, in my mind, there is no true superior console. Every console is motivated
It's your fucking
towards
opinion.
us.
It's like, whatever console has the games you like, fucking buy it. Don't ask someone else what you think about the console. It's what games currently on it interest you, and then buy it for them.
There
or wait.
is no such thing as console superiority. The only thing there is what you like.
I will defend Microsoft. I don't care. Someone will do it. I'll defend it, because I like them. But I'm still open to Sony. They just have not fucking impressed me for their damn system.
The people who go into like fanboy territory, those are people just blindly going, this, but it's like, okay.
The PlayStation 3 is the third messiah.
Yeah, that crazy talk. Like, what the hell? Okay, those people might need to, seek medication.
This is what it is. It's the cult of Sony, the Xbots, the Chemdrones, and the PC elitist douchebags. And the worst of them is probably the PC elitist douchebags and the Sony cultists.
Yeah, well, like I said, there is no such thing as console superiority. It is simply a matter of opinion and what console suits you best. Like, Xbox has the games I like. Xbox has everything I like, therefore I buy it. And, if you like Sony PlayStation, you buy Sony PlayStation. It's all based on preference.
I also
and what you
am
want.
really excited about the Xbox One's features. We got all 4 this time. A lot of those dashboard features are really awesome. Of course, according to a lot of people, you can't access your memory. Setting up parties with friends is a real pain in the ass, but there's an update coming out soon that will address those issues. But there's a lot of features on that thing that look really fucking awesome. Especially the whole dashboard. You can return to the dashboard and not, exit the game. It's pretty much like an app. That's why every game has to be installed. That's really, really awesome. And of course, Snap feature is really cool.
Yeah. Well,
How many times have I bitched about recording something and then I need to look this up, but I can't, so I have to use my piece of shit iPod, where I can just be like, Xbox Snap.
I kinda gotta go.
Why?
I have to drive my mom to work.
It's the final round. With a minute.
Yeah. Alright, well,
Do you have time to wait, or should we just end? Should we just cross streams and end it, or do you have time?
let's end it with a bang. Cross streams.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Go out like bosses. Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, I'd stay and finish it up, but I have to drive my mom to work.
You only have one car now?
We have an odd situation, but you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. Yada yada yada.
I really want an Xbox One now. Even though there's not many games out for it, but by the time I have the money for one, there'll be games for it.
Okay. Oh my god. Alright.
I'm probably gonna render one of the. I have to render all the videos. Fuck me.
Yeah.
I probably rendered Ghostbusters first, and then I'm gonna use Xbox on YouTube and watch your video and Nova Wars, Codars.
Yeah.
And now you have to decide: do you want to continue Other M for your fan that liked fucking 30 of your videos or not?
Yeah, I'll probably have to.
How the hell does your
liked it.
Roxio not have an auto? It's the same one as mine. Mine has an auto save. Did you update it? That's the question. Did you update it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Because when I start mine up, it brings up that that box that says create new video, and then there's like the big black box with all of your previous saves, and then like underneath create new video, there's a little dot, and it says edit previous save, and you click that, and it brings up the last thing it saves, and it saves everything for me, and it crashes, it saves.
Something's just fucked up somewhere, but I gotta dip out of here. We can play probably later on tonight if you want.
Yes, we also gotta try Fear 3 and Alien Survivors.
Okay, we can do that. But it was really fun playing, and
Indeed.
I will catch you later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.